This is Victor Wembanyama, the 7'4" demigod NBA teams are drooling about. Depending on how the rest of the season shakes out, there's a high possibility he could be a Detroit Piston next season. This season for the Detroit Pistons was supposed to be filled with a lot of potential and much promise. But so far, it feels like it's been everything but that. Cade Cunningham is out for the season, fan favorites are on the trading block, and currently, the Pistons have the worst record in the NBA. There has been some silver lining throughout the struggles though. Troy Weaver hit the nail on the head when he drafted Jaden Ivey and Jalen Duren. And Killian Hayes is finally starting to like he's finding his footing out there. And they have also been able to pick up some pretty good wins against pretty good teams, even knocking off the defending champs. But with all that being said, should the Detroit Pistons remain packed and stay as they are, or should they put all their chips to the middle of the table, hit that panic button, and go all in on Victor Wembanyama and see if they can bring Victor Wembanyama to the D? What's good, YouTube, man? Welcome back to another episode of the show. Check, you been watching another E.
I'm T, man. What's good with you?
I got T with me. You got anything to add before we get started?
No, sir.
You never have nothing to add before we get started. All right, man, let's go ahead and get to it, man. Think of this as a part 2 of the Piston video we did maybe a month ago, however long it's been. We're gonna go ahead and get into it. Before we get back to the video, man, just real quick, be sure to drop a thumbs up on this video if you're feeling it. Hit that subscribe button to help the channel out a ton, and even turn on post notifications to know when we drop videos over here on Self Check. Let's get back to the video. Check this out. Just because Carroll is making the Rookie of the Year look like a one-man race, that don't mean you should sleep on Jaden Ivey. Currently is 3rd highest in Rookie of the Year scoring this season, due in part to his relentless attack of the cup. Because Ivey is so explosive, it don't take much for him to get past his man. Once he do, it's pretty much a done deal. According to StatMuse, and shout out to StatMuse by the way, Ivey is finishing at a 52% clip in the paint. Whether it's him letting the defense off easy and he using that soft floater, or if he decides to display that crazy athleticism that he possesses and dunk all on somebody's head, then Ivey plus a clean look at the cup pretty much equals a bucket. Top of that, Jaden Ivey not scared to get down there and mix it up with the big guys either, averaging 5 boards a game, pretty much providing a little bit of everything that the Pistons need from him. In fact, Jaden Ivey is averaging the most assists per game by any rookie in the game today, with 4.2 a game. If Coach Casey was a smart man, and I know all of y'all watching this video gonna say, hey man, that can be up for debate from game to game, but if Coach Casey was a smart man, he would surround Jaden Ivey with shooters, because since Jaden Ivey can easily get past his man, all he gotta do is kick it out, and as long as the shooters hit down their shots, that'll do wonder for the Pistons, and Jaden Ivey assist numbers gonna go up. By now, we've all seen or heard all about the Ivey and Morant comparisons, and that's because they not capped. Their games are pretty similar all the way down to the jump shot. And Jaden Ivey has all the tools right now to be an NBA star, similar to his draft comparison, John Morant. Once he learns the in and outs of the pro game and masters when and where to turn that crazy athleticism on and off, it's gonna be problems for the defense. All I can say to them is good luck. What you been seeing from Jaden Ivey? We'll hit a rap about Jaden Ivey for a minute.
I mean, from what I've seen, I mean, we went to see him play in person. I think he a dog. He got like a dog mentality. He obviously thinks score first. I like that about him. He's not afraid to attack the rim at all, and that's one thing I really like about him. I like a guard who can go to the rack like a John Morant. He kind of reminds me of that, but he's still like younger. Your jaw's kind of, you know, a little bit advanced for him to be like, what, 3rd, 4th year in the league. But I think Jaden Ivey was a good pickup by Troy Weaver.
So I feel like going forward, we already kind of know Jaden Ivey, we good with him.
Would you rather run your offense through Cade or Jaden?
I'm running mine through Cade. I think Cade is a more natural passer, and even though Jaden Ivey can easily blow past his man and kick it out, and that's kind of how he gets his teammates involved, I feel like Cade has a couple more dimensions to his game and ways that he can create shots for others. I feel like because he put on that muscle, he can kind of post up and then kick out, and Cade can still get past his man too, so I feel like Cade just kind of got a couple more ways he can kind of draw in defenses and help his teammates out, so I would run my offense through Cade. We not gonna get the most out of Cade if he just camped out in the corner. So check this out. The point guard position is by far the hardest position to play in the NBA as a young player, right? And that's a no-brainer, especially for young guys who've been given the keys to the team. On top of that, point guards nowadays have to be dual threats, bro. They have to be able to make plays and score. That pass first point guard stuff, that stuff is over with. Cade's sophomore season was off to a little bit of a rocky start. Although he's seen a slight tick in his stats, his efficiency took a bit of a dive this season. Understandably so, when you're a young point guard and you have 2 new pieces in the starting lineup with you that wasn't there last year that you got to integrate into the offense, it can make things a little bit tough. Now, they've gotten better with it as the season has gone on, but towards the beginning of the season, whenever Cade would be off ball and the ball would be in Jaden Ivey's hand, Cade would just be posted up in the corner, which makes sense because as I said earlier, Jaden Ivey can easily blow past his man and create open shots for his teammates. The problem with that is Cade necessarily isn't the best 3-point shooter, he's only shooting 28% from 3. That's the backcourt of the future for the Pistons, so eventually they got to make this thing work and they got to find some way to coexist. We know Cade is at his best when he gets to the nail and is nailing that mid-range jumper, not camped out on the perimeter. In the offseason, Cade was seen putting on some weight in the weight room, so I would like to see him mix it up down there in the post. In the short amount of games that he's played this season already, I've seen him down there in the post, and he's had some success down there. Like they say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So as of right now, we don't know when K coming back from that shin injury. I guess only time will tell, but whenever that time comes, Dwayne Casey and that Pistons coaching staff need to do whatever they gotta do to kind of put K in the best positions to do what he does best and maximize what this man brings best to the table.
But not only that, last year he was seeing doubles, but this year they're more consistent, which was probably you will see him shooting 20 shots. I mean, he has 20 points, but he's shooting 20 shots, or he got 17, shot 15 shots. You seeing that because he's getting all these doubles, but then again, you want him to be a scorer, you want him to be a facilitator, you want him to be this and that, and he young and he's still learning. But like you said, and now you got Jaden coming in trying to do the exact same thing. Not the exact, but you know what I mean, as in like getting his touches, getting his rhythm. There's so many players on the team that's trying to be the man. I think Jaden wants to be the man. Obviously K is the man, but Jaden wants to be the man. That's personally how I feel. Saddiq, I expected so much more from him this season, and I'm seeing nothing from Saddiq. But I think that's got into the rotation and Dwayne Casey. And
the player on the Pistons I already knew would have to adjust to the addition of Bojan, and with the team drafting another guard in Jaden Ivey, would be Saddiq Bey. Start the season, Bey is only averaging 15 points per game, which isn't too bad, but his shot attempts are taking a slight dip compared to last season. And his scoring so far has literally been a roller coaster, up and down, up again, and then back down. And it's looking like Saddiq will have to embrace his new role leading the bench unit, which there's nothing wrong with that. It's not about who starts, it's about who finishes. I think Saddiq being the focal point of the bench unit offense will allow him to pretty much have the green light and will help him get into his rhythm much easier. The Pistons at one point were at the bottom of the league when it comes to bench scoring. Getting Burks and Bagley back into the rotation definitely helped, but I think adding another bucket like Saddiq to that bench unit will only help them out. And ain't nothing wrong with having a balanced attack with your starting five and your bench unit, and I'm telling y'all, that's a recipe for success. Some of the best bucket getters have been 6 men of the year. Jamal Crawford, Lou Williams, J.R. Smith, Manu Ginobili, and even James Harden. I just hope that Saddiq Bey embraces this role, and remember, like I said, it's not about who starts, it's about who finishes. Saddiq, I feel like Saddiq is a rhythm player. He needs to get his touches so he can kind of stay hot throughout the game.
right.
Jaden Ivey and Bojan are getting more touches. Obviously, yeah, Saddiq, he gonna struggle a little bit. I kind of think him going to the bench unit and being like in our 6 men, I feel like it was kind of a good move. Okay, so now we need the best out of Saddiq. Saddiq, you run with the bench, you got the green light. That's where you get your rhythm at. The bench unit, that's all you. Now we done kind of went from Saddiq, 6 man, to Saddiq might be shipped about this bitch.
I personally don't want Saddiq to go. I think he's a hell of a scorer. I don't remember I think Blake Griffin the last person who gave us a 50 burger. I guess they gonna do what they have to do, but I would personally keep Saddiq.
The Pistons might have a few guys who might be able to shoot, but Bogdanovich is the sniper. Currently shooting the ball from 3 at a 41.6% clip and averaging 20 points per game, which both are second best for Bojan in his career. And in fact, Bojan is the only player in the league right now averaging 20 points per game on 50-40-85 split. So that just lets you know that this man is doing something right. Those 20 points per game make him the leading scorer on the Pistons. And only after 7 games, the Pistons gave this man an extension, just showing how much they value what he's been able to bring to this young team in such a short amount of time. Bogdanovich obviously has a lot of winning and playoff experience under his belt due to his tenure with the Jazz. He averaged 18 points per game on 45% from the field and 40% from deep, and was only second to Donovan Mitchell when it comes to scoring during his time there. Bojan may be known around the NBA and to us fans as a shooter, but he's actually more crafty than he's given credit for. You don't just average 20 points just catching and shooting. You gotta be able to do something else. Mix it up and get your bucket some way.
Go to the rack, something.
Bojan doesn't need a shifty elite handle to get to his sweet spots to get a bucket. Bojan uses his size to muscle his way to his sweet spots on the court where he can easily stop and pop and shoot that short jumper of his. At 33 years old, believe it or not, Bojan is the elder statesman on this young Pistons team. Bojan should be able to provide the young guys with more than just someone to kick the ball out to for 3. Since arriving in Detroit, Bojan has been everything that the Pistons could ask for. And for the foreseeable future, number 44 will be the Detroit Pistons certified sniper.
How you feel about Killian Em this season?
Oh, he look like a brand new man if you ask me. Being aggressive, he being assertive. Think about this for a second. If the Pistons never drafted Cade, he would have been the starting point guard. Knowing now that he has to step up and run the team in the absence of Cade, I think has caused the shift in Killian's mindset. The game in Boston, I think that's where everything changed. Tearing down Jason Tatum, arguably the MVP of the league right now, right? Killian went right at JT, put moves on that man and gave him a bucket and looked comfortable and confident doing so. Killian now is going to the cup aggressively and isn't always thinking draw and kick. He's actually attacking with finish on his mind, and if the defense leaves a shooter open, then he gonna do what he do best, and that's dime up his teammates. Now here and there, Killian still has those performances where it's like, damn, you wish he would do a little bit more, but the noticeable shift in his aggression is definitely a welcome sign. Whether it's him getting to this midi pull-up and making one of his go-to moves, now that he's finishing at the cup, it's looking like Killian knows that he can't always think pass first, even though he's a point guard. At times, Killian has to be in attack mode. If the point of attack is in attack mode, it loosens up the opposing defense and it opens up opportunities for his teammates that way. Whenever K gets back, hopefully Killian can carry this over to whenever that time comes, because when that does happen, it's only gonna make the Pistons a more balanced squad, bro. The best Pistons teams of the past have been known to be hard-nosed, blue-collar, no-nonsense, defensive-minded teams. As the Pistons stands right now, I think they got almost everything they need to try to get where they're going. A backcourt of the future, 35 sniper, firepower off the pond, but I think the one thing that I think they missing is that standout guy on the defensive end. The Pistons are second to dead last in defensive rating, giving up almost 120 points per damn game. As a young team, it's expected to make mistakes on the defensive end. Obviously, Killian Hayes is the best perimeter defender that the Pistons have, but he can't guard everybody. The Pistons need to find out which one of these guys will accept the challenge of being that Swiss Army knife guy on defense, because playing with effort on defense, as we know, can be infectious. Once the Pistons start actually playing defense on a consistent basis, I think they'll possibly start looking like the Pistons team that we know that has loads of potential. If it was patience or panic.
Oh, this season is over.
Oh, okay.
So it's not even a panic at this moment. It's just,
He's so deep in the trenches.
what are you looking forward to seeing for the rest of the season?
Just growth, basically.
All they can do is get better. They sucking. We at the bottom.
Hey, yo, what?
Pause.
I don't know. I think the season is over.
Alright, y'all, we appreciate y'all tuning in to another episode of Self Check. Remember to like, comment, subscribe to all that good stuff, man. It helps the channel out a ton. We appreciate all of y'all for tuning in. I'm E.
I'm T, man.
I got T with me. We appreciate you rocking out with us. We're gonna catch y'all on the next one.
Peace.
Peace.